Hello Charles Angels and welcome to another tutorial. Today we're going to be learning how to use Zustand In Vue. Some years ago I did write an article about this and I was like, you know what, let me make a video for this. If you prefer reading over watching videos, the link for the article will be in the description section. So right now I've just opened my Visual Studio and I'm going to create a new terminal. And I'm going to say npm create create vid, then dot means this folder, and yeah, I'm just going to just say yt Zeus view. Then I'm picking view, then the official view starter, package name view Zeus view, and I'm picking the router. So to pick it, just hit the spacebar and then hit enter. No, just enter. Then I'm picking yes. Okay, so now we run npm install. Now that that has installed, let's also install Zustand. So that's npm I then Zustand. All right. Okay, now we'll just do npm run dev. So I'm just going to bring in a browser window here, and then I'm just going to do localhost. Yep. Okay. How do I increase this? Come on. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to our source folder. I'm going to create a new folder. I'm just going to call it views, and then inside I'm going to create two files. The first one is home.vue and the next one is settings.vue. Okay, so here I'm just going to create a template, right? Why are you come on, close. Okay, yeah, so I'm going to create a template. I'm just going to say h1 is going to be home page. All right, save that, copy and paste it in settings, and here I'll just change this to settings. Okay, so next I'm going to go to our router, and here I'm going to say path. The path is the home, so, and then the name, come on, this is home, and then the component that we want to use is home, of course. Then we're going to create another one, right? And then we're going to say path is settings, name settings, and then the component is settings. And then in our app.vue, we're going to import the router link, and we're also going to import the router view. So that's import router link and router view. So I'm going to remove all these. So I'm just going to say nav, and then I'm going to put the router link here. The router link is linking to home, and then I'm going to duplicate this, and this is settings, and here will be settings. So directly under it, I will bring the router view. Okay, so in our browser, we can see the home page is there. If we go here, settings, home page, fantastic. This is what we expect. Now, in our source folder, we're just going to create a new file. I'm going to call this file store.js, and we're going to, this is where we're going to handle all our Zustand. So we're going to say import create, and let's just first just import that. Then we'll just say from, we'll just say Zustand slash, we're going to just say vanilla. So we want the vanilla. So in the vanilla, yeah, we'll just say create store. That's what we're looking for. Okay, fantastic. Okay, so we'll just say constant. Now we're about to create the store. We'll say use count store is equal to create store. Then we pass in a callback function. Then this will have set, and we will just immediately return the object. So we'll just say count is 0, and then double count is also 0. Please take note that we're returning immediately because there's a parenthesis before the curly braces. Just take note of that so you don't run into an issue. Okay, next we're going to export some properties from use store count. Then that's going to be get state, set state, and then subscribe. It says in subscribe that the magic happens. Then of course we're also going to export default the use count, or the use count store. Yeah. So back in our home.vue, back in our home view, we're just going to create a script, and this is going to be set up. Okay, then I'm going to import ref from view, and then I'm just going to say const count is equal to, let's start with, we'll put 5 here so that we could see it in the home page. So we'll just say h2, this would be count. So we should see 5 here. But obviously this is not what we want. What we want is for this to show here. So that's pretty simple. We're just going to import all the things we exported in the store, and that will start with get state, and then we'll say set state and subscribe. Yeah, so instead of putting 5 in here, we'll just say get state dot count. So we should see 0 here. Okay, let's do the same thing for double count. So we'll just say const double count is equal to ref get state dot, let me copy that properly so that I don't make a mistake. Yeah, so we could come here to just put our h2 and double count. So both scenarios we should see 0. Okay, that works. Fantastic. So now we need to increase the count. Obviously that's what we need to do. Okay, so directly below it we're just going to create a function. So I can say function is going to be increase single count, and then we're going to say set state. So set state is going to change the state. So then we're just going to say the state we want to change is count, because we're increasing count. So to do that, we'll first get the initial state. You could put it outside your initial state. You could put it maybe as a variable here, but I'll just do it directly here. So that's going to be get state dot count. Then we'll just say +1. And let's create a button to do that. So that's going to be button. I'm going to call this single increase and at click. I'm just going to copy and paste. Save. So if we go back here, if we click on this, okay, nothing happens. And the reason why nothing happens is because we need to subscribe. That is where the action, that's where the magic takes place. The magic takes place in the subscription. So what the subscription does is that it listens for changes to the state, and then whatever you want to happen, whatever effect you want to carry out after the changes has been made to the state, then you do it here. Okay, so we could just create maybe a function and call it changes we want to make, and then changes we want to make is we want count dot value to be equal to get state dot count. So essentially we want to update the value of this count to what is in the store. So here we now call our subscribe, and we can now pass in our changes we want to make to it. If you don't want to do this, you could also just pass in an anonymous or an anonymous arrow function and do the same thing. But this also works, whatever works your boat. So if we go back to this, see, yeah, works. So let's apply the same thing for a double count, right? So double count will just be +2. So I'm just going to do this. I'm going to say increase double count. This is +2. And this one I'm just going to duplicate. So instead of count.value, instead of count, this is supposed to be double count too. So I can copy. This is double count, and this is double count too. So this too should be double count, and this should be double count too. And then we create another button. I don't know why I put double count, why I'm working with double count. I mean, just using single counts would have worked. So let me just say double increase. Just okay. So now if we do double increase, it's increasing in 2s. Yay, fantastic. What we then need to do is in our settings page, we're just going to replicate the same thing. We're going to just replicate the same, not necessarily replicate the same thing. So what we'll just basically do is we're going to replicate the template, majorly template. We may not need the single and double increase, or okay, it doesn't really matter. So okay, first let me just copy from here upwards. That's the most important. And script, okay, paste and copy these. Yeah, so now if we navigate from here to here, we should see exactly the same figures. Oh, okay, what happened? Here, right? Should I refreshing would just start it. Okay, let's see. Okay, I found the issue. We need to bring in setup here. If we save now, if we go back, oh shit, it has reset. Okay, let's increase single, double. Now we should see 4 and 12. Exactly. So whatever we do here affects here. It just looks like nothing changes. So even if we do increase here, it also affects here too. So yes, this is how we make use of Zustand in Vue. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you really liked this. If you got to the end, please do give a thumbs up. Please subscribe. Thank you so much. Until next time. Hi, toodaloos.